Good afternoon, everyone. Today marks a very significant moment for us, not just for our organizations, but for millions of South Africans who love this game. We are announcing this partnership between two really great institutions in Southern Africa, the Kaizer Chiefs Football Club and the South African Breweries. Now, both have shaped this nation's culture for generations. Both have built loyalty that transcends sport and commerce. And when two icons of this magnitude come together, it is not a transaction, it is a statement of purpose. Now, SAB's commitment to South African sport is not new. It is also generational. We have a rich history that lives in the memories of so many fans across the country. But we've never been content to rest on that legacy. Instead, we ask ourselves, how do we leverage our past as a catalyst into our future? This partnership with Kaizer Chiefs, the most successful club in South African football history, is our answer. But what truly defines great partnership is our shared belief that fans deserve more than loyalty. They deserve reward. Now, SAB has always been unmatched in our commitment to South African supporters. We have proven time and again that we know how to honor, how to celebrate, and how to recognize the fans with every interaction. And Kaizer Chiefs shares that philosophy. The Amakosi faithful are not customers, they are family, and family deserves to be celebrated. And as SAB, a very proud member of the AB InBev family, we bring global expertise in consumer engagement and sports marketing. But we apply these with deep respect for what makes South African football unique. And this partnership represents that balance. World-class resources in service of locally authentic priorities. Now, the last time I wore this jacket was, and I was saying to Jessica earlier today, was 20 years ago when I got married. And that turned out very well for me. So I would like to welcome Jessica on stage to receive the key to our brewery, the key that signifies the welcome home to Kaizer Chiefs Football Club into our home. Jessica, please join me.
Hi DJ, tetelingoma DJ, tetelingoma DJ, this is a big moment. Wow, what a beautiful moment that is. I think it's really exciting because it's, you know, when something just makes sense, like our VP has said, it's been such a beautiful moment to think of how far Kaizer Chiefs has come, but also, guys, Culling Black Label has been part of our family since forever, since our great-grandfathers. You are happy that No, they're coming. So these two really make sense and are super exciting.
No, indeed it is, and I love the symbolism of the key and that symbolic handover as well. Very, very meaningful. And just to unpack it a little bit, I'd like to invite onto the stage our Carling Black Label Brand Director, Ms. Karen Greenleaf. Give her a round of applause as she comes up. As well as our Kaizer Chiefs Commercial and Marketing Director, Ms. Jessica Mutaung. Another round of applause.
Brilliant. Before I leave, Proverb, I just want to remind everyone, please do take lots of pictures, lots of videos. As you'll see in the back, we do have our Wi-Fi coming up and down. They keep showing it. So we've got Wi-Fi. Don't forget, you don't have to use your data. There we go. The username right behind there. And don't forget to use the hashtags as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sis Hope. Ladies, another congratulations. And folks, perhaps another round of applause for this momentous moment. Karen, I'm going to start with you, if I may. So, the Carling Black Label Channel 2025. In fact, the last time we spoke in a similar setting like this, the 2025 Carling Knockout was on its way to being the most successful one yet. Can you please take us through a summary of the CKO and Carling Cup campaign that we just wrapped up?
Yeah, thank you. Hello, everybody. It's such a privilege and an honor to be here today. We had an incredible 2025, and I would argue that we're kicking off 2026 even better. We had the highest number of fan votes ever in a Carling Cup campaign, 8.2 million consumer votes, and a very successful tournament. And I think the thing that makes Carling so different and so special is that it's not just a tournament. It's a moment where you see the power of the fan voice come to life. And so those 8.2 million votes represent the lifeblood of what we as Carling Black Label stand for, which is all about empowering the voice of the champion fan. And that is why today just feels like such a natural feeling, because we are both brands that are so dedicated to putting the fans at the center of everything that we do.
And listen, I feel like that 8.2 million needs a round of applause on its own. Let's acknowledge it, please. And speaking of incredible achievements, Ms. Jess, we had a phenomenal 2025. I'm sure the Kosi Nation can agree with me. And in my question, it's laden with all of the milestones, but I don't want to take the wind out of your sails. I'd like you to please just run us through some of the incredible moments that we enjoyed in 2025.
Well, first and foremost, thank you so much. Thank you for having us. And Vaughan, I think it was very interesting that you chose to wear the jacket because I think it's also a renewal of our vows. Because the relationship with Carling didn't start now. You know, we announced our relationship with Carling in 2010. Amazing, and a World Cup year. And here we are again. Speaking with each other. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that key. It'll have a prominent place at the village. And certainly this is a milestone for us again for 2026. But certainly we had a great season. Guys, did we not have a great season last year? Lifting a trophy, you know, lifting a trophy, getting back into Confed was very, very important for us. And we're very proud of the team. In fact, I'm excited that we are going as we sit here signing announcing with Carling, we are going to play Zamalek. You know, we know that Carling has that nickname, you know, so the stars are aligned. But certainly a great season for us where we were able to really, together with our supporters and great support, achieve a milestone in winning the Nedbank Cup and really making sure that we show our supporters that success is very important to us, but most importantly, I think it's partnership. Partnership with our supporters, partnership with our partners that allows us to succeed and excel.
Now, Karen, speaking of partnerships as the biggest operative word there, we are here to celebrate an incredible partnership, a renewal, a reconnection of a partnership that hinges on legacy, hinges on history. So tell us about, you know, the significance of it and what it means for you.
Yeah, I think today is so important as we usher in the next chapter of what has already been a hugely successful legacy between the two clubs. And so we're kicking off this partnership today with a key line that says, you know, we are two icons, two iconic brands, reimagined and on one journey that puts the fans forefront in everything that we do. And I think what I'm so excited about today is that it's not just today. It's not just announcing that today is a sponsorship, but this is a living, breathing commitment that we have made between our two clubs to put the fans at the center of everything that we do. Now, we know that the first place that the fans kind of experience us is in the stadiums, and so we can announce that as part of this partnership, every single Kaizer Chiefs home fixture will have a Carling Black Label fan experience. And we're kicking off because there's a pretty big fixture happening on the 28th of February, which is the home derby, where we will be really driving something that is super important in local soccer, is to get the fans there early so that they can maximize the experience of the derby. And we're putting our money where our mouth is by offering not just only some spot cash prizes, but we have a huge prize to give away. And that is that one lucky fan will be jetting off to the FIFA World Cup. So, just imagine you're an Amakosi fan watching your favorite team in an incredible F&B stadium, and then the next minute you're jetting off to an all-expenses-paid trip to the biggest football tournament in the world. But we're not just stopping at the stadiums. We know that while there are thousands in the stadiums, there are millions back home, and there are many that will frequent our homeland, which is the incredible taverns and bars around South Africa. And so we will be endeavoring to make Kaizer Chiefs experiences throughout taverns and bars where we know their supporter bases are. And so by that, we're really creating this ecosystem with Kaizer Chiefs, so that every time a Kaizer Chiefs fan watches, experiences Kaizer Chiefs, that they are being rewarded for that loyalty, and that reward coming from the champion beer, who's always rewarded the fans.
Wow, I think that should get another round of applause. Karen, every time I have heard you speak about this partnership, there's a common theme that surfaces. And that is how fan-centric you are, how fan-focused you are, how a lot of what drives and fuels the partnership is geared around the fans. And I think that's really commendable. And folks, please, another round of applause. I think that's really important. Because we've seen many partnerships which, are otherwise very superficial and about the business and the contract end of it. And the fans, seldomly get to benefit as much as this. So it's really nice to witness. Sis Jess, let's talk about how this reunion, can I call it that, came about?
Definitely a reunion, a rekindling of a relationship.
Yes, for sure. What stimulated to say, let's get back into conversation, let's get back into signing into an agreement, into a partnership, a collaboration?
Well, we've always had a relationship with Carling for many years. Obviously, many know the historic Carling Cup, which actually brought the fans to participate. We had your championship coach and things like that. Then they were a supplier partner with us for many years. And I must say, we sealed this in the Netherlands. When we were in the Netherlands, and we were riding some bikes and chatting about the sponsorship, one of the things was to say we have something in common, which is our fans. We wouldn't be here as Kaizer Chiefs if we didn't have the fan base we have. And we also know Carling's passion for the fans. And I can announce also that we were so proud that out of Carling's support for our Netherlands pre-season tour, we actually have an official European Kaizer Chiefs supporter base and supporters club that was actually signed up. So again, they've been consistent in bringing the fans to us, and we had supporters come and watch the games, and we have an official European club that has been established in Europe. So, and when we sat down, we realized that we want to give more to our fans. It's something that we're very consistent about, and Carling are consistent about that. And this was the perfect partner to work with, to make sure that we give more experiences, and not only just at the stadium, out of the stadium environment as well. And I'm going to be at the World Cup. So whoever's coming, we're going to have so much fun together. And that's a big prize. I think, it's also not just about, only fans in South Africa. How do we expose our fans to the international world? Because they support us so much, and the World Cup is just one great platform.
So Jessica, if you need the whole World Cup experience to be documented, and a presenter as an example, and Hope is not available, I'm just saying, not Hope!
I need content, guys, so I need content.
Karen, listen, you spoke extensively about what the fans stand to benefit. But if I can just offer you perhaps another opportunity just to lean a little bit more, particularly because we are in a venue that's full of fans first. So just kind of maybe if you wouldn't mind, and I wouldn't be upset if you were to reiterate and repeat some of the facts you mentioned, but just lean in on what the fans stand to gain.
Yeah, amazing. So just a reminder, 2 icons, 1 voice, and that voice is for the fans. So what we're bringing is a fan experience at every single Kaizer Chiefs home fixture. We are super excited to announce that. We are starting our campaign at the Derby, so we're urging fans to get there early. Not only will you get, guaranteed beautiful merchandise, etc. But you could be a fan that'll take you from the stadium in F&B all the way to the world. And then beyond that, look out for us in bars and taverns throughout South Africa where Kosi Nation gathers to watch this incredible team play.
Ladies, if I may perhaps offer you both an opportunity before we wrap this segment up. If there's anything in particular you want to say to the Kosi Nation, Kosi fans, our friends from the media here covering as well, so we know the Kosi Nation at large is going to catch wind of everything that happened today. If you were to speak directly to them, what would those words be?
Well, mine would be thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Siyabonga. Thank you to our supporters who are constantly passionate, who are there with us through thick and thin. They've been there with us through great years of winning, through challenges, and now through years where we are building a new future and a new foundation. And I also want to say thank you to Carling for being a corporate that understands the game, that understands partnership, but I think also understands the people and is with the people, and that's what this is about. And I'm just saying to our supporters, come through not only to the Derby, come through to all the games, enjoy, have the great experience, and remain being Kosi for life, because that's what it's all about, and we look forward to them having a great experience.
Please believe it. Karen, can I offer you an opportunity as well to say some closing words?
Yeah, I think it would be that between Kosi and Carling Black Label, you are always home. And as fans, we will always put you first. So we're really excited to see what this is gonna unveil. But best believe it's going to have the fan at the center of everything that we do.
Ladies, this is definitely history in the making. May I perhaps ask you to take a center stage of our friends from the media. Nice photo opportunity, another one, as we thank them with another round of applause, please. For life. That's it. Wonderful. A last round of applause as they exit the stage. Thank you, ladies, so much, and congrats again.
Pro, I'm going to chat to the fans a bit because we have spoken about how fan-centric Kaizer Chiefs is, and it's
Jersey number.
15, all right. I think we've got the original in the building, though. No offense. But let's look at what this collaboration is and the sponsorship is about today. It's about the fans. It's about giving back. Sis Jess and Karen talk about some of the things that they want to do in terms of going to taverns, going to lifestyles and location, because that's where the majority, I feel, of the Kaizer Chiefs family is from. From Fantucha. So tell us about how exciting this journey has been for you as a Kaizer Chiefs supporter.
My name is Donald Malaji from Limpopo.
Oh, Limpopo's in the house.
Yeah, and then I'm a chairperson for Thokoza branch. I'm very much grateful. And then the other thing about the journey to be a supporter of Kaizer Chiefs, as I show my number 15, this number 15, someone in the house, is encouraging me a lot. When I saw this jersey number, even if I can see the Chiefs, they just pick on the wardrobe. It's no more using. But some, they ask why, because this jersey, there's no more Chiefs. Why are you wearing? I say, guys, please.
This is my belief.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sherman. Thank you so much. Last but not least, let me get a lady. I've got some ladies in the house. But all the gents just want to comment and comment. Let me get some ladies. Anita,
Yes.
how's it doing?
Extra points for the girls. Clement, I thank you as well, my brother, in particular, for sitting between Budweisman and I so that the difference in muscles doesn't show as badly. No, Kishofela, it makes for a balance, you understand? But gents, welcome, man. It is so good to have you. You know what I love about you two, gents, is that you publicly own your support. You know, it's unequivocal. There are no questions about who you support. But I've never quite known where it began. Now, for as long as I've known you, just kind of surfaced as a supporter and a diehard at that. So tell me about your journey from the beginning. When did you start supporting Kaizer Chiefs?
All right, good day, everybody. Our Kosi Nation, le grand bafethu. Bafethu ngicela amafleti lapho nithi Chovicho. Oh, Lara, one of the fans actually just said, Nahana usele Kosi, right? So for me, it's like asking me a question, or how does it feel to be you? You know, because I believe that from a very young age, you know, my father's always been the greatest supporter of Kaizer Chiefs. And growing up at home, that's the only thing that we knew. You know, it's how Saparas Hipasa Chiefs, so like I'm high, it's like you're not part of us, you know. So for me, it's like asking me, how does it feel to be you? It's like that's part of me, you know. It's part of my identity. But for me, it felt like it's either Chiefs or nothing, because come high level like Chiefs, and then time asalanchia reload like game, and then everyone was like, but why am I when only one? You know, because most of my siblings so I feel like it's something I support, and it has always been a part of who I am. So I cannot define myself without mentioning Kaizer Chiefs.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sanbonan. Yeah, more or less no Clement, no Clement. But with me, Ekaya's cool about like machitamaning sayingan, you know, or like my uncles, my brothers, so they were divided. We call Pirates, we call Chiefs, you know what I mean? So I had this one uncle that we all loved at home. You know, you know, but he was very quiet. He was very quiet. Naman Zatul is one person who's very quiet. But the only time we saw him happy, Magwini Chiefs back in the days, you know. So no, my Iwina Chiefs. That's like the first time we see him happy, and but uma ihlulwa wayengalwi njengabanye kakuliwa ke endlini bekulethuzana bekudliwa abanye but again it was very personal awuza ngaphakathi it's an internal thing wayiva nathule yabo it was wayefela ngaphakathi, so that's what drew me nami ku Chiefs, because vele ngangimthanda naye, but watching him, the way he expressed his love for the club, it wasn't more about yaliwa nan, it was more about passion. But nabe xoxa ngeChiefs begqoka the whole gear, you know what I mean? So the culture itself, that's what made me fall in love with the club.
Actually, just to add on that, he just reminded me of my dad. So my dad had this thing whereby if Kosi is playing and then we don't win, so he goes on a hunger strike. So for that day, he's not gonna eat at all. You know, that's how deep it is. So yeah, I was just saying to let that.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
You know, as I'm sitting here, this isn't in my script, man. It's just the observation I just made. Okay. I just realized what a unifier Kaizer Chiefs is. You've got Motswana, Mupedi, Umzulu.
Yeah.
Different cultures, different backgrounds, different corners of the country, yet our commonality here is our love for this here franchise, right? Yeah. That should get a round of applause, I think, man. Seriously. Gents, I want to quickly also ask you, how has your relationship changed as the dynamics have gone?
For me,
notice the diplomacy, by the way, as the dynamic. You understand?
That's where you show your loyalty. You know, that's where your loyalty comes in.
Yes,
know?
sir.
As we're not supporting the Chiefs just because we're just supporting the Chiefs. You know, we actually part of what we are the team. You know what I mean? So for myself, wherever I go, I know now because I represent the badge, you know.
Sure.
So whatever good they do, bad, lang hamba khona ngumtawunga ngisayona ngishi actor sengibona ngawumtawunga. You know what I mean? But for me, it means a lot, you know. It really means a lot because growing up, I didn't know with Nami I'll be sitting like this in front of Abosis Jessica, the legends, Abantu Abasifundisa, Tandi Polo, Dr. Kumalo, Itumeleng. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Manja Masango. So it shows Uguti. I'm not supporting just because I'm supporting, but it's the love that I have that they see. Now, but it's okay, this guy can come and sit here and speak about the chief at the club, you know
Yes,
what I mean?
sir.
So it really means a lot, yeah.
But Clement, you know, I want to ask you this, if I may, just to kind of switch it up a little bit. We speak so much of the love that we have, but now from this conversation that we had prior, we also get to learn how much appreciation is shown back to us. So as a fan and a supporter, what does it mean to you to hear that it's reciprocated? It's not just a one-way relationship, but it's a mutual symbiosis. You understand? Equally flowing back and forth. Askis man, ke private school.
Hey.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I just mean, yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that, but also just to touch on that as well. I think, you know, being a Kosi fan is like being in love, you know. Sometimes when you are madly in love, people will come and say, yeah, marata too much, you know, you are blinded by love. But it's that thing that when you love something so much, you will defend it. You know what I mean? That's why we defend the team. Hope we're disturbed. All right, cool. So it's like okay, cool. It's like when you're in love, ne? When you're in love, you will make sure that you defend your partner. You know, you wouldn't want anybody to speak bad about your partner. But also for me, like he's saying that now later on, having to know that our love and our support to Kaizer Chiefs, you know, it's also reciprocated, whereby they're also showing us love. I mean, I'm the one who always, you know, flaunt at work about getting the new jersey. You know, they're like, yeah, when are you always getting the latest? But for me, it's about the culture. But the other thing is, you know, when you are in love, you will try and protect it. You know what I mean? So for me, it's that thing you're ring. Kaizer Chiefs is all about fans, but also Kalin Black Label is all about fans.
For sure.
So sometimes it's like getting paid to love someone. You know, paid in terms of getting the ticket, in terms of getting the jersey. It's like the reward that you get from carrying the jersey with so much pride. So for me, it's something that I will never trade for anything else.
For sure. Now, guys, it seems to me like there's an obvious, you know, drink of choice when we are enjoying our matches. So I'd like to find out what the relationship is like in that department. How do you enjoy? No. Without being invasive. We are family. Karen, you said we're family. We're family. We can ask each other. So I just want to know your relationship. You know, does a family have a relationship? You know, perhaps you know, the uncles, yourselves, and the like. Tell me about it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Looking at Carling Cup, bayazi ngijalo bahlupha ngeCarling, you know. So back home, phuza yona kuphela, you know what I mean? And it's a big brand. The Carling Black Label nje sikhule ngathi ngikhule ngiphuza yona. Ngikhule kuphuzwa yona. You know, hey, cishe ngasho nyithi. And it's a big brand.
For sure.
And ukuhlangana nayo ne-Kaizer Chiefs. And what I love about the brand, the Carling Cup, they're giving the voice now to the fans, you know. So now the fans feel part of the game, not only by on stands, but now they have a voice. They know. Chiefs, what I love, talking about the fans, it's the only team where about a lot of fans, you know what I mean? There's a game where you know, and they're my fans. I think, no!
For sure.
I beg my election to Ulto. You know what I mean? That's why, when I'm a coach, but does it, but out. You know what I mean? So, coach, but then it's the love, and now we family. You know what I mean? So, sitting on my stands, we know, but at the end of the day, we man of the match, which we have a voice, and now it means a lot, you know. So, it goes back to Carling Cup. The same thing, now we have a voice, we have a say.
Yeah. For me also, it's just about unifying us, you know. In as much as there could be other people, let's say at my workplace, right? There's other people who might be, favoring other teams. But now when we talk about, no, listen to what I'm saying. Now when we talk about the Carling Cup, it's that thing whereby we're able to hold a conversation. But as a Kosi fan, now you have the upper hand because you know that Kaizer Chiefs and Black Label are in bed, So now you come across as if you know even more. You know what I mean? So I think that's what I really appreciate. But for me, it's also about just listening to the voices of the fans, you know what I mean? Because sometimes, when the game is on and then there's a supporter there, on the line, it's like, yo, Mara coach, no, that's a deep, very way. So, watch if I may put it that way. So, coach was so. But now with the Carling Cup, they're giving us the voice whereby, as the champion, I even like the word that they use in that our fans are our champions, whereby they also have a voice to say, no, man, we can contribute towards the starting lineup. We can make sure that we replace this one, or we can vote for this coach to be the one who's leading the team or coaching the team for the season.
Gents, just shortly as we wrap this conversation up, often the way of communication is one way. We will hear from the team, we'll hear from, the leadership to us, the fans. But now we are offered a rare opportunity where we as the fans can then speak. So just on, and it's a lot of pressure, I know, to say speak for the entire, but just from a fan's perspective, what is the one thing you've always been wishing to convey that you now have the opportunity to say, from the fans, thank you for restoring our hope. Thank you for keeping us excited, keeping us coming back. In other words, not to put any words in your mouth, brother, but just if you're to speak on behalf of certainly a segment of the fan market, what would you say?
Do you want to start?
Yeah, well, I can start.
Okay.
Mina, on my side, I would really like to say thank you as fans and on behalf of our fans, we has achieved for being loyal to us and actually listening to us, not only on the field. You'll see the Chiefs, they do a lot of things, you know what I mean? They go to schools, food parcels, and so it's not only on the field, but they actually care for the community at large, so that means a lot. I would care to go to okay, like schooling, supporters, team, they just do it for your community, so that means a lot. So, and for actually all the time and listening to and my voices sometimes you engage us, you call us, express what we need to express in front of you guys. So now you're taking notes, so that actually means a lot to us.
Yeah, cool. I feel like he just said
good luck topping that. Let's go.
Yeah, but also to echo the same meaning, the same message is that it's very important for them to listen to the supporters, because these are the people who are defending the badge. These are the people who are, carrying the badge with so much pride, on the streets, But the other thing I really appreciate about Kaizer Chiefs is that every time I'm wearing a jersey, it's like I'm familiar with each and every supporter, because by the robots, there's somebody who's like, hey, Kosi, and all of a sudden it feels like we know each other. So for me, it feels like home to a sense where I don't think I'll ever get lost, Sometimes maybe you have a tire, a puncture, or whatever, but you know that if you see a Kosi fan, and already they know us through social media because we're always on social media, it's like, no, you can't do anything to this one because he's a Kosi fan. So for me, it's the family that I feel like it's more important to us. But the other thing, it's they make it easy for us, to feel proud about being part of the family, because sometimes, you have said earlier on that the relationship sometimes is like, there's highs and lows. But with that being said, for me, this is the team that every single one of us who's a supporter will always feel proud to be a part of, because it's so big, but also it do care about us as the supporters, man. Regardless of what people say, for me, we send so much care. So we just want to say thank you so much for always thinking of us and for always including us. And also even setups like this, where we get to engage and share ideas and also tell you, hey, I don't know, maybe, man, push us all, whether in terms of social media or maybe after the game, this is how we should engage. I think it shows so much caring and consideration. So I just want to say thank you so much.
On that note of gratitude, gents, I want to thank you all so much. Give them another round of applause.